By show of hands, how many people in this room have had sex? Everyone looked around to see if anyone was going to raise their hand. Someone in the crowd yelled, "In this room?" and everyone laughed. After another 30 seconds, no hands were in the air. Great. That was my hope, to get to speak to a room full of pure kids who haven't had sex yet. He spoke in a tongue-in-cheek tone, as he was not naive to think that in a room with 400 high schoolers, that none of them had had sex yet. Behind the podium, he had a glass of water, and he picked it up. The glass was crystal clear, as was the water. He put the glass to his lips and filled his mouth with as much of the water as he could. Then he tilted the glass back into its upright position and carefully let the water fall out of his mouth back into the glass. "Does anyone want to drink from this glass?" he asked the audience with confidence. There was a murmur of disgust, and kids shook their head. Greg didn't like germs in general, and this seemed even grosser to him. "Is no one willing to drink this glass of water?" Reverend Sharp asked, knowing that his point would work on some of these kids. "Okay, let's do a hypothetical. I'm not going to ask Mr. McCarthy to do what I just did to the same glass of water, but say he did. Say he did it. Would that make you more or less likely to want to drink from this glass of water?" He raised his eyebrows in rehearsed curiosity. "Less," the kids murmured. "Then say after he was done letting the water run back from his mouth into the glass, we got a third person to do it. Would you be even less likely?" "Yes," they responded. He pulled a second glass from the podium, nearly identical to the first. Now, who, if thirsty, would want to drink from this glass? Several kids, Greg included, raised their hands. Greg hoped that he wasn't going to actually ask them to, that it was still a hypothetical. "Now, the two glasses look basically the same, and if I were to mix them up behind my back, you may not be able to tell which is which, right?" The kids nodded. "But the point is that we know this one is used and dirty," he raised the first glass in his left hand, "and this one is clean and pure, even if they look the same.